Okay. Hey guys, this is the start of just a video to help you guys with Facebook ads, just like a rough overview, and then we're going to be helping some of the people on here with their Facebook ads and how to make them better. And Feldon's actually on the chat today, so this is exciting. He's going to, I feel like he's going to offer some really good stuff along with this. So let's get started. So I'm just going to kind of start out by showing you guys a couple of my clients' ads. And campaigns and stuff like that, and then just the ones that I know that will be comfortable with sharing that information. So I'm just going to jump right into it here. Okay, so this is Kobe. He's Kobe Pillow. So he's been with me since I started, really. Started with the Facebook ads management, stuff like that. As you can see, his have been doing extremely well, and these are all targeted ads as well. So I'm going to start with this one right here. I'm just going to jump into it and kind of show you guys what I did on this one. That way you guys can kind of copy it. So let's go to the campaign first, and then we're going to go to the ad set. So as you can see, there are two different ad sets on this one. I set this one up a while ago. So we're going to jump into this one right here first. So see, this one right here is $10 a day. And we go down. And this is kind of the stuff that I've been targeting. This one's a 25-mile radius in Tennessee. This one is actually 18 to 65. So this is a test ad, which it's not a test ad now because it worked. So, and as you can see, all I targeted here was Facebook access with iOS devices with iPhone 8 and up. That is all I did. And then I went down here and I edited the placements. You can do auto placements, which I do recommend that you do have a campaign where it is running with automatic placements. Sometimes Facebook knows what they're doing. Sometimes, not all the time. But typically what I do is I edit the placements and I do Facebook feeds only. As you can see, that's the only one that I have checked here. And then I just, it just goes down from there. And then on this one, I have 5 different ads on this one. As you can see, only one of them is active because one of them did better than the other. This one's actually doing better now. So I'm actually going to turn that one back on. See, because the more you run a certain ad, the more people are going to see it. So naturally, the higher the cost is going to go up. See, I turned this one off a while back because it wasn't doing as well. It was higher than what I wanted. But now this one's higher than what I wanted. So it's always good to, turn it back on. And if those go too high, then I'll just turn on a couple of these. As you can see, this one's only been shown to 50 people. But Facebook's going to go with whatever works first and fastest. So that's just kind of the way you got to work with it. But as you can see, there's nothing special to these ads. They're pretty simple, really. So, hey, Clarksville and surrounding areas, we buy smartphones and electronics cash, sell my stuff. They're pretty easy. So, and I've found that you can typically get away with the Apple logo on photos if it's kind of like slanted a little bit. Like as long as it's not like directly in the photo, then you can usually get away with it. I don't think it's too big of a deal. The primary text right here, as you can see, is just very, very simple. So down here, when it comes to the welcome message, and you guys should all have this set up right here. Otherwise, you're just going to be getting a whole bunch of weird messages like how much do your products cost and dumb messages like that, and you don't want that. So let's just hop in here. We got it set up to where it says sell my phone, sell my laptop, sell something else. And then it has that auto response right here where it says, what phone are you looking to sell? Any problems with it? And you can play with that however you want, but this is how it shows up to the person. So, and this is just a very basic overview of how to work this. And you can go further in with this stuff. Like instead of frequently asked questions, you can do quick replies, you can do buttons, you can do anything like that. But to keep it simple, you want to make it as simple as possible for the people that are seeing your ad. You literally just want them to click and see stuff like this and then click another button. That's all you want them to do. Because you guys gotta understand, people who the people who are seeing our ads, you got to pretend like they're like kindergartners, if that makes sense. And Felden can say this as well. Am I right, Felden?
Third grade reading level or better.
Like you gotta like show stuff to them, like they're kindergartners, like
super simple.
Yeah, it can't be something like we buy bad ESN, we buy iCloud locked. They're not gonna understand any of that. Like you gotta approach it like they're the regular consumer. You just gotta make it. Hey, we give you cash for phones. Like that's all you need to say. Like they're not gonna
saying we are a big buyback company.
Nobody even knows what that means. Like you're like, what's a buyback company? Like that's kind of what it's like.
You guys buy cars? Like
yeah, see, and that's what's kind of confusing. So if you go into an ad saying something like, we buy used electronics and stuff like that, you can say that, but typically what's going to happen is you're going to get like TVs and stuff like that.
Yep.
You don't really want to do that. So we're going to hop into, let's go to the best performing one. So this one's a general ad right here. So this one, I don't believe it actually has any targeting on it. Let's make sure.
That one's doing really good.
Yeah, it's probably because it doesn't have any targeting. Yeah,
those are usually the best ones.
Yeah. So the only issue with ads that have no targeting on them is you're typically going to get a good amount of junk. Now, that's going to happen. So as you can see, the potential reach here is 250,000 people, right? So if we were to edit this one, I'm just going to edit this one a little bit. We're going to go to, here we go. So this is Clarksville, Tennessee. And just to kind of show you, like whenever you're targeting higher end phones, why your cost per message and stuff like that goes up, this is why. So say we want to target iPhone X with Facebook Access. 5,600 people out of 250,000 people have an iPhone X in that area. That is why your cost per message goes up when you target higher end phones. Not everybody has those phones. Okay? And I see that there's people.
Also, out of those 5,600 people, it's very, very unlikely that all of them are online at once. So Facebook is going to have to increase the amount of times that each person sees it. So that also has an impact.
I'm trying to see you guys' questions. I can't see the chat for some reason. Weird. Okay. Anyway. But as we add in more, so say we add in iPhone 8. Okay, and then we just go to suggestions here. 8 Plus, XS, XS Max, XR. These are all people that have Facebook access with these phones. Out of 250,000 people, only 37,000 people have those phones with Facebook on there. So as you can see, that is a very small amount of people compared to the population. That's the main reason that, you're not all of your messages are going to be, iPhone 8 or newer, unfortunately. And also, I want to point out, even though that these people have an iPhone 8 here, they're seeing your ad on this iPhone 8, right? That doesn't mean that's the phone they want to sell, though.
Yep.
So they could have, an iPhone 6 that they upgraded their iPhone 8 with. Like, that's what it comes down to, okay? I just kind of want to explain that stuff just so you guys understand it better. But you can also add these people in here. These are people who are most likely to own these types of phones. It's not going to do Facebook access for Galaxies, unfortunately. But you can just add these in, and it'll make your reach go up. And I recommend targeting only S8 and iPhone 8 and up, just because, see, that got us like 11,000 more people. So you can also add in things like interest. Felden does a lot of interest-based targeting. So what we can do here is we can add stuff like Apple Incorporated. So you don't want to put employers. You want to go down here to interests, okay? That's probably good. Yeah, see, that jumped it by a lot. But instead of doing that, I highly recommend that you do this instead. Where's the button at?
Only the ones that are accessing from that phone, Mo.
Yeah.
Like if I'm accessing from an XS Max, I'll see the ad. If I don't have the phone anymore and I'm accessing it from a different phone, it's possible that I'll see the ad if I was using an XS Max scrolling Facebook, but the likelihood of that is like kind of low. Like that happened to me once. I saw it on a desktop because I had it, it showed up on my feed on my XS Max, and then I switched phones, but that's about it.
Yeah. So, but an interesting thing, guys, is typically I target 18 to 34. This was a test ads, but it ended up doing pretty well. But typically I do 18 to 34. And what's crazy is whenever you change this age, watch what happens over here. It goes down to 27,000 people. And then if you want to get even more detailed on the people that you're trying to get, you go down here and you do English, US. Drop to 1,000. So that's super detailed targeting. And as you can see, the daily reach is, just that amount. So naturally, whenever you're targeting, your cost per message is going to be higher. It's just the way it is because not everybody has what you're looking for. And that's very important. That's a very good reason why you need to be targeting more than just phones, especially with paid ads, because you'll make a lot more that way. What the heck just happened? Okay. What is this? All right. So does everybody here have a basic understanding of paid ads? I'm going to stop my share because I can't see what you guys are saying. I'm going to find the chat here. Very solid results. Okay, there we go. Would those people be counted still if they don't have that phone anymore? Example. Did you answer that question, Felden?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was talking to Paul.
That question. Okay. Chris, ever tried to do a whole separate ad set for each targeting you showed? So like an ad set for access, then I've never tried that. I don't know. Have you ever tried that, Felden?
Yeah, I've done ad sets for each individual carrier, each individual phone. I guess the reason he asked that question, you're probably wondering which phone got the most feedback whenever I did those tests. It was the iPhone XR.
Was it? Nice.
Yeah, the iPhone XR was the one that I got the most feedback on when I was doing the access-based targeting, like testing it. The XS Max was one of the hardest to get, and then the rest of them were just kind of like, and I didn't spend a whole bunch of money testing it. It was like $100. But just from the $100, the XR was like the hottest. I did a lot of testing with interest broken down into ad sets, and my most profitable interest was Apple Incorporated, which was the one that Chris showed.
Yeah, I like to use a whole bunch of interests at one time. It typically, broadens the audience, which typically will bring more leads. Typically, so just so I know where everybody's at, who here is running Facebook ads right now? You can just type a 1 if you are, or a 2 if you're not. I got 2 1s so far. 2. Chris, why aren't you running ads, Chris? Okay, so it's about half and half then. All right. For those of you who are running ads right now, what are you guys spending per day? You can just type that in the chat too. That way I kind of get a good idea of where you guys are. 25. Okay. Yeah, just how much you're spending per day. 5 on 2 ad sets. Okay. Okay, so 15 on one ad, 10 on another so far. So Wallace, you're spending 25 per day.
Yeah, so far on 2 ads.
Okay, cool. All right, no problem. Cool. Okay, so when we're testing, actually, I'm gonna give you guys. Well, I can't give an example. That's a different client. Okay, so right now I got a repair client that I just started doing ads for, and I'm just gonna use this as an example. So right now he's at an $80 a day budget. Okay, so what I did is I set up 16 different campaigns. I could have set it up with ad sets, but these were all way different locations. He's got 8 stores that he wants to run, so I'm running 4 of them right now. What I did is I set up 16 different campaigns for testing. I did one with video ads on automatic placement, one with video ads and Facebook feeds only. And then the same for photos, videos, and auto and edit placements. So basically the reason that I did that was because I need to test a whole bunch of things at once to figure out what's going to work. So that way I can narrow it down to figuring out what's going to work best in the different areas that this guy has stores. So what I recommend doing, say you have a $25 budget. So what you should do, and you can do this with the ad sets or you can just do it with campaigns. I like to do it with campaigns because it's easy to see. But what I do is I set up 5 different campaigns that are targeting different things. So say, I got the $25. I set up one with automatic placements for Facebook. 5 different ads on that. Can you guys still hear me? It's like my signal.
Oh, no, a little bit there.
Sorry about that. Let me make sure my thing is still working here. Yeah, we're good. Okay, so I set up my first one with automatic placement, 5 ads on it. Second one, I edit the placements, Facebook feeds only, 5 ads on that one. The third one, I set up Instagram only, 5 ads on that one. The fourth one, I set up feeds and marketplace only, 5 ads on that one. And the fifth one, I would set up probably, I don't know, maybe video ads or something, different than all the rest. So you need to be testing all kinds of different things with your budget. You can't really test a whole lot with a $5 budget, if that makes sense. If you're going to test with a $5 budget, you need to spend $25 the first 2 days to figure out if it's going to work or not. Otherwise, you're just going to be wasting a lot of money. Would you agree with that, Feldon?
So you said if you're testing with $5,
you need to spend probably $25 the first day to figure out if it's going to work or not.
Is this for just like running one ad?
Yeah, say they're running one campaign with 5 ads. So I've been telling my clients recently that if they're only going to spend $5, they need to do $25 the first day. Otherwise, because I need to figure out if it's going to work or not. I can't really test with $5.
With 5 different ads in it.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. Yeah, you want to be spending at least $5 per ad.
Yeah.
Because otherwise Facebook doesn't really have any money to work with.
Exactly. So
that would be $5.
There is no such thing as spending too little money.
Exactly. Yeah. What were you saying, Pablo?
That'd be $5 a ad set, or $5, taking that ad set and duplicating the ads in it.
You can do it 2 different ways. You can do it with one campaign with 5 different ad sets, or you can just do 5 different campaigns. You can do it either way. I like to do it with campaigns. It's just easier for me to see because I got like 20 clients. So all I want to do is click on their name and then see what's working or not. I don't want to have to be clicking into all those ad sets. But for you, it could be different. You can do it however you want.
I would rather do it the way you're talking about. It's easy to understand.
Yeah. So, but say I'm in your shoes, I would probably still do the campaigns. I know Feldon does a little bit different, but it's just easier for me. But with that, say you got $25 to work with, you're going to create 5 different campaigns with different ad sets with 5 ads attached to each of them. So you're running 5 times Yeah, 25. I don't even know why I had to think about that. Yeah, so you're running 25 different ads. So it just makes it a lot easier to figure out what's going to work and what's not. That's why I now require people to spend $25 the first day if they're going to be running with a $5 budget, because I need to figure out if it's going to work or not, and I'll figure that out with $25. For 5 ads, same creative or different. Okay, so on your ads, let me share my screen again. They all need to be different.
Yep.
Typically, let me go to
I agree 100% with that. Definitely.
let's see here. That's an older one. Trying to figure out which one I did. Well, let's look at this one. I think this one has older ads on it. All right, so as you can see on this one's targeting iPhone 7 and up and Galaxy 7 and up. This is one of my oldest ones, but it did pretty well. So I'm going to go to all the ads here. As you can see, there's quite a bit here. The photos are mostly different. You want them to be different. I don't even know why these are in draft. That's weird. But the copy is probably a little bit different. Yeah, see, this one's that one. This one is a different copy. And I'm just going to keep going on down here. That one's the same copy as that other one. So I'll duplicate a lot of ads. Same. That one's different. So what you want to be doing is different copies as well, along with different photos, because sometimes it's not your photo that's the issue. Sometimes it's just the copy. So as you can see, this one shows up like this. And something that I've been doing a lot recently for myself and my clients is I've been putting my phone number right here. So if you take phone calls, this is extremely powerful to do.
That worked really well when I did it as well.
Yeah, it worked.
That idea.
So it shows up just like that. And also you can put, like, if you're a text-only person, you can just put text, your phone number. And people will text it, then they'll do it. You can also do something that's interesting that I've been testing out here recently. Text cash to this number.
Yep, that's worked. I'll get people that say cash. Like, that'll just be all they say, cash. I'm like, oh, I know what time it is.
That's a pretty cool technique, actually.
I got quite a few messages whenever I did that. I think I got one here right now.
Got that idea from Chris as well. It's pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, that was a pretty.
I'm
then you know where it's coming from, at least.
Yeah, that's a really good way to figure out where it's coming from.
Yep.
Because a lot of times it's really hard with Facebook ads to figure out where it came from. So that's a really good thing to do on ads like that. But if you don't want, your phone number in those ads, you don't have to add it, which, is not a big deal at all. Let me see.
Well, I have another line just for that.
Same.
Yeah.
I recommend everyone get one.
Yeah, same with me. I use a different phone number. I got a completely different phone for that. So as you can see with Kobe's ads here, so I'm just gonna go right here, show you guys the ads for the 3 campaigns. So starting out, I had a ton of ads on for him. As you can see, there's a lot. But these were the best performing ones. So these are the ones that I narrowed down. So it's pretty cool. So, and they're all different things like that. So, it's pretty cool. All Facebook ads is, guys, is testing. It's just a lot of testing. Fortunately, me and Felden had to learn these things ourselves for the most part, and it was a lot of money. So
Don't even get me started on the money. Oh God.
So if we want to, let's do this. Who has Facebook ads running right now that we can take a look at and see if we can make them better?
Mhm.
Who do we got? Oh, there we go.
Good,
Mo
Mo.
Money. Let's do it, man.
We can't even see you, Mo. You're invisible.
Who's Mo? I'm trying to figure out who that is.
Yeah, your camera's been off this whole time. And your mic.
Yeah, share screen.
Don't have one.
You are viewing Mo Money. You don't have an ads account?
I think he meant Mike.
Oh, you don't have a mic? You should have a mic. Are you muted or something?
Almadi.
Laptops or computers have mics.
Hey, Mo Money, I unmuted you.
Maybe you think he doesn't have a mic built into his computer.
I unmuted you, man. Can you talk?
I don't think he has a mic.
Oh, man. That's going to make this real hard. Maybe. I don't know. We can try it.
He said, wait. No, wait, what? Oh, desktop.
I'm on a desktop.
Yeah, so am I.
Okay, no problem. Just share your screen, man. Got it.
No problem. He said I'm poor.
Go ahead and just go to your Facebook ads account. Spent $1,200. Yeah. All right. Let's see what we got here. So we got an ad under messages that's running at $25 a day. Go ahead and go select that one. And then go to your ads. Hey, Mo Money, can I do remote control on your laptop? That way I can just kind of run through it, see what's going on.
That cost is pretty decent.
Yeah.
Christmas.
definitely.
Did you stop sharing your screen? What happened?
You have to go down to share and then right? It's share and then share control, right?
Yeah, hold on. My freaking mouse just died. No warning.
Oh, he can't chat when he's screen sharing.
Oh, okay. All right, no problem. Okay. Okay, just go back to your screen there. That way I can just take a look at them, bud. Okay. Christmas ads, nice. Hey, man, it looks really good. Go to your ad set for me. And go to edit.
18 to 55.
Yeah, see that. Go down. All right, so looks like 18. You're targeting 18 to 34. Interests, MacBook or Apple Incorporated iPhone. You're only doing people who have an iPhone 7? That's interesting. Go ahead and edit your detailed targeting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Go ahead and go to suggestions there. See, you can do Facebook access with iPhone 8 there.
All those.
You can start, click all of those, man.
Yep.
There you go.
There we go. That's the money.
There we go. Now go down to owns iPhone or Galaxy S8 and all of that. Just those higher end phones. You want the higher end phones coming to you, not the junky phones, you know. So, and go down a little bit more. If you're targeting MacBooks, go back up to Mac OS. Yeah, there you go. That way people will see it on their MacBook too. Cool. Okay, now run with that. You can just save it at that. There you go.
Awesome.
Yeah, that should definitely get you higher end phones. Go down a little bit more in this ad set. Keep going. Okay, you're already doing Facebook feeds only. Perfect. And mobile devices only. Perfect. Okay, man. Yeah, that looks click off only when
I was about to say that too. Like,
uncheck that. Because you want to get people who are just running on data too. Perfect.
I literally didn't know that was a thing.
if you do that, you're gonna miss people who, like, basically you're only gonna catch people when they're in a coffee shop or at home.
I didn't know that was even an option to uncheck. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what that is for, man. All right, man. Let us know how that goes with that targeting, because you should start getting higher end phones off of that. Since you were only targeting, basically iPhone 7, which is, yeah, absolutely, man. I see you found the chat. Perfect. Good stuff. Hey, just a question. What kind of leads were you getting out of those messages from that campaign? Were they higher end or lower end? Oh, start mixed. Okay. So you started it yesterday?
Already? The course is that good? Yeah, solid.
How many messages do you have? I can't see it.
You gotta get back out of the
35 messages in one day? Yeah. Pretty good.
not bad.
Oh, but it looks like you spent $50 in one day. Hey, did you get any leads from it? He probably got some leads from it. He probably got some funds out of that, hopefully. Okay, so let's
Option profit.
Woo! Yeah.
There you go.
Good
Not
stuff.
bad.
All right. Let's move on. That today was slow though. Hey man, as long as you're getting leads in, you're going to be making money. So that's all it's about. So let's go ahead and move on to somebody else's ad account. Let us know how this works in the Facebook ads group, man. And I'd love to hear the feedback on it. Pablin, do you want to set up some of your ads or something? What do you say? I didn't hear what you said. Or does somebody else want to volunteer here? Wallace?
Yeah, I can show you a couple of mine.
Yeah, share your screen, man.
All right. All right. Can everybody see?
Sure can.
Okay. So everything is completely disorganized. I'm working on that, but this is what I have up so far.
I don't know what you're talking about disorganized. Have you seen my ad account?
Well, I'm like this campaign, like it's. I like how you have it structured, like campaign 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's just, yeah, I have everything kind of all over the place. What I have going right now, I have an unlocking ad that's doing good because I do that too. But this one I'm kind of confused about. I have these two here that I split $15 a day. this first one, the newer electronics was getting me like $2.23 yesterday. It jumped up to $3.82 today.
Okay.
It's kind of weird.
Can I do?
Hmm.
Can I request control of your?
Yeah, go ahead.
Did you change anything in that ad?
That's what I'm about to look at, Feldon.
Oh.
Yeah, I changed the copy on the new ad that I made from the first one.
I think you got to.
Actually, the electronics one, I didn't change anything. I don't think. Oh, I got it.
All right, I'm in. Okay. Let's take a look here.
Hold on, let me display.
It's buying stuff.
Yeah, this is gonna be completely like I didn't do the what you call it, interest and it's very vanilla.
All
I
good.
learned that today. So
Part 2.
No worries, man. I just kind of want to see what it's doing. That way, I can kind of analyze like how it is on the ads here.
gotcha.
Yeah, it looks like you just did the basic setup here.
Mm-hmm.
Which is totally fine. All good. Okay, so we're gonna go back to the ad sets. So it looks like you only have 2 ads in this ad set here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me go back. How many ad sets do you have set up? Oh, okay. You got multiple ad sets. Okay.
Most of them are completed and finished, and just I never got rid of them.
Gotcha. Okay. So for the one, let's go to.
If
I see phone unlocked.
real quick, can I say something?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So you said that you have multiple ad sets set and complete in your campaign.
Yeah, well, not in this particular campaign should only have the one ad set and these 2 ads, I think.
Okay. Because I thought you were saying that you had multiple ad sets in the campaign and then you had shut them off.
Well, I have multiple campaigns that aren't running right now. They have completed, or I had a time limit, like dates where they would stop.
Okay, but you don't have multiple ad sets in one campaign.
Not running live.
But
I just
so the thing that I'm getting at is like when you have a campaign, let's say you start the campaign with 2 ad sets, you don't want to shut one of those ad sets off and then leave one active. That's why Chris does it the campaign method, because if you have a campaign and you have multiple ad sets, you have to continue running the campaign with equal or greater ad sets, and you have to also have a budget to complement the amount of ad sets that you have, if that makes sense. So like if I have a campaign with 2 ad sets and the campaign has a $10 budget and then I shut one off, you're going to mess up the performance of that campaign.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's why it's easier to do it the way that Chris does it with the campaign, like make a new campaign and then do the ad sets and then do the ads. Because when you get into putting multiple ad sets in one campaign, if you don't do it properly, it's really easy to screw up your ad spend.
Okay, so equal amount of ad sets in the campaigns that I'm running?
Yeah, so basically the easiest way to do it is $5 per ad set.
Okay.
But I would just stick to the way Chris does it, because it's a lot easier to run ads that way. One campaign, one ad set, 5 ads, $5. It's a lot easier that way.
Okay.
All right. So did you see what I just did, Wallace?
No, I missed it.
So what
Sorry about that, Chris.
No, it's all good. You're totally fine. I just kind of did it while you were explaining stuff. So what I did is I duplicated this newer electronics ad because it's not terrible. Okay. So typically when you're targeting higher end phones, I like to stay below 350. It's sometimes hard to do depending on the demographics. But what you need to do here is add more ads. So there were only 2 ads running here. You want to have 5. Okay, so what I did is I went to this one that's already running, and I duplicated it and put a different photo there.
Okay.
So another, and I'm going to do it again. I'm going to duplicate this one again, and then I'm going to put a different photo in it.
Yep.
Okay, gotcha. Keep the copy, change the photo.
Yeah, so you bought my DIY package, so you already have all of this stuff.
Yeah. I got
the best copy that I've pretty much ever run. So
yeah, I love that copy.
yeah, it works very, very well. So I'm going to go to edit image here. We're going to change the image. And then we're going to put in, let's just put in this one. And you got my whole DIY package, so you need to be uploading like a lot more photos than the ones you have.
Okay.
You know, since you already have it, you might as well, right?
Right. Yeah, usually I download them to my phone. I go on the Fonto. I put my phone number in there. Then I'll put them on the computer and upload them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
2707.
So the budget that I have for $15 a day on these duplications, is it split that $15 between all of them?
Yeah, so whenever you create one campaign with one ad set and 5 different ads, you're never going to spend more than that $15. So think of it as like each ad is spending $3 per day.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then you're going to be testing which ones work best. And as you can see, I just put your phone number right here again, where people can see it. That way they know to get in contact with you that way. I highly recommend that you do that just because, you know, if you take calls or texts, then it really enhances it. Because sometimes what will happen is instead of, you know, actually clicking through to the messages, what people will do is they'll just screenshot it for later. And then
that is 100% fact.
That happens a lot. Like, you don't know, like, I ask people where they see my ad all the time, and they're like, oh, well, I saw it on my feed through Facebook. And that tells me right then and there that, you know, they saw it on a Facebook ad. And then they tell me, yeah, I screenshotted it, and then I just contacted you later.
You just gave me an idea. Have you considered actually like putting that in an ad, Chris? Like screenshot this and save it for later?
That's actually a really good idea, and I should probably do that. Why isn't this scrolling over? I'm trying to see how many clicks you got here. Okay.
Quick question, Wallace. Are you running diabetic test strips ads from this page as well?
No, I have a diabetic test strip.
Oh, okay.
Cash Florence that, you know, in the drop down menu that I run from my Facebook page that I run ads from. It was horrible, my testing for it, but I'm still working on it. But I don't run it from this page.
Okay, good.
5 test strips PD or something, or Florence, whatever page, you know, for those. You saw the ads?
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure you weren't running them from the page because it would like screw up your ads.
Gotcha.
All right, so something I want to point out right here. You see this link clicks right here? So it's got 108 link clicks. I don't know do you have a link connected here somewhere? I didn't see one.
It does that when people, like, if someone clicks on his image, it'll take them directly to the messenger.
Yeah, but it shouldn't say link clicks. It should just say clicks.
That's just he has his breakdown filtered so that it shows how many times people click the ad.
Oh, there's a bot on here. Okay.
Yeah, I got a chat bot that
that's why it's saying clicks. Okay, that explains it. All right, no problem. I was just confused as to why it was saying link clicks, but that explains it right there.
Okay.
Because it's sending it probably to a mini chat bot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, that explains it. Okay, so we got 2 more ads in here. You probably just need to add another one, you know, and you know, test that way. Okay, but you want 5 here. Okay, you don't just want 4. You want 5, running on $15 a day. And what I would do, so these ads actually get a chance to run, is I would turn this one off. just for a couple days.
Yep.
Okay.
That way these can actually run, because Facebook will automatically go to the ad that's already working.
Yep.
It's not even going to consider these most of the time. So you
Okay.
need to shut that one off and see what these other ones do. But if the original one is performing better, then just keep using it. You know,
Okay.
it's as simple as that.
Gotcha.
Right. Okay, cool. I hope this was helpful.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, I saw whenever you bought the DIY course, your cost per message was pretty low. I remember that because
Yeah, it was beautiful, man. They snuck it up on me after a few days.
Well, what
A
happens,
couple weeks, I guess.
well, typically what happens with that is whenever you keep showing the same ad over and over again to the same audience, it happened. It's called ad fatigue. Okay,
Mhm.
and David talks a lot about it. So what you need to be doing is you need to be showing multiple different ads to people at the same time. Figure out which one works. And after a certain amount of time, that ad is going to get what's called ad fatigue. People are just going to be tired of seeing it, so they're not going to click on it anymore. So you got to switch it up. You can either add more ads into, you can add on to these 5 that you already set up,
Mhm.
or you can just set up a new campaign, with a different ad set, different things like that,
Gotcha.
But the key is using multiple different photos to figure out what's going to work. All right?
Gotcha.
All right. So
Thanks, man.
I'm going to – yeah, absolutely, man. Let me give up control of that, and I'm going to share my screen now. Is there anything you wanted to add on to that, Felden?
No, I think you pretty much covered everything. The solid stuff. I think if you just, like Chris said, you shut off the ad that's already performing and start testing multiple new ads. You definitely want to get 5 new ads going. You'll be able to get some solid data running through there, and because you'd be really surprised what makes people click. A lot of the times the things that we think will make people click our ad won't, and the things that we think won't work are the ones that do. Like I remember Dave told me to take a photo of my laptop on a towel, and I'm like, this isn't gonna work. And I got so many messages from that ad. It's a weird ad. It's like my laptop, a broken laptop with cash on a burgundy towel in my living room on the table by the window.
I remember that one.
And then the ad of the laptop closed, beautiful Apple logo on the nice wood floor we have, no messages. So
Mhm.
Do the phone upside down picture and try that.
That's a good idea.
yeah, upside down is really good.
I've
Yep.
never tried that. I should
That's pattern interrupt.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So anything that interrupts the scroll of Facebook is perfect, right?
Yeah,
So
scroll. Gotta
that's
stop
what
the
we want
scroll.
to do. Anything that has bright colored photos and stuff like that. I'm gonna
Red,
take
orange, green.
one of my best clients here. He's been working with me for a couple of months now. He owns two or three stores in South Texas. So this jump into his ads right here. As you can see, I have it labeled carrier interest 18 to 34 Facebook feeds only. I just have it labeled so I know exactly what is in this ad campaign. So I'm going to jump on over here, and I got this one labeled by the location that it's in. So as you can see, this one did the best. It's a stupid ad. Like, as you can see, I have it labeled super simple. So this, look at this. Like, it's just stupid. Like, this is why you need to test stuff. You never know what's going to work. Like, it just says, I buy phones. We pay cash for smartphones and electronics.
9 comments.
Look at all the
Jesus.
comments. Wow.
Yeah, it's stupid how simple this is. But
There's not even a call out in the ad. Like,
it's so dumb. Like, it's so stupid. That's why you have to, like, test multiple things to figure out what works in certain areas, because not everything works in certain areas. Like this one right here doesn't even have a copy, but it's not running right now. But it got 21 messages at $1.69 per message. What the hell? Oh, it is running. I'm sorry. But yeah, 21 messages. This one's $1.28. Super simple ad copy. It's the same thing.
It says it's not as active. It says too much text.
no, it's active.
It's active. It's still active.
That's just an error message Facebook gives you when they want you to take the text out your photo.
Yeah, exactly.
That's still gonna run though.
That's what it is. And this,
194 messages. Jesus.
yeah. Well, he spends $60 a day.
Oh. Whoa.
Just
Oh.
today, he got 12, 15, 17 messages in one day. That's what happens when you spend $60 a day on ads, though.
So can you do this tomorrow?
Let's
If you go to breakdowns.
I'm sorry?
If you go to breakdowns, click on breakdowns.
Oh, yeah. You want to see the age and everything?
No, I'm just gonna show you something. There's it's called. Oh, you have it set up different.
Yeah, because maybe
Performance. Oh, you don't have. Wait. Why don't you have that option on yours?
It's just about the custom columns and stuff. You can add it.
Yeah, go to performance. Set it.
Yeah, I got it set up.
There used to be a relevance score on your.
Oh yeah,
Facebook
no,
ad.
they took that off.
They
Yeah,
did?
yeah, they took
Yeah.
that away.
Because that used to be able, when your score like went to a certain point on it, it used to be able to tell you that that ad is being seen way too much, and then your cost goes up.
Yeah, unfortunately, they took that away.
That sucks. I never noticed that they took that away.
So this, you kind of brought up something that is pretty good. Whenever you go to breakdown here, you can actually like look at the age groups and stuff, like who's clicking on it the most and stuff like that. Which is kind of cool. See, 25 to 34, 68 messages at $1. This one's 57. Pretty awesome. That's why I say 18 to 34 is the best age to target. It's just because that's just how it is. As you can see, once it gets above 35, hardly anything happens after that. So, but let me go back to the ad here. Let's go to this one. As you can see, the cost per message is kind of high on this one, but I'm also targeting just iPhones, I believe. I'm not sure on that. I'm also targeting a different area. So different areas have different costs. Yeah, see this one, I'm only targeting iPhones on this. And it's iPhone 8 and newer. So naturally that's going to be higher. And I have this one on an auto placement. But the reason I did that is because I started out with all of these other campaigns as well. And this one, they just weren't doing very well. As you can see, the cost per message was high. So I shut them off. I think we got some messages coming. So let me look at those. I can't see it for some reason. But yeah. So back to what I was saying like earlier with you, Pavlin. This is how I would set it up if I had $25 per day or $25 to spend. $5, $5, and it goes on and on. Just set it up like that with $25, targeting different things here, and just go from that. You'll find something that works. As you can see, I've only got 3 of these campaigns running right now. This one I just started last night because it's a retargeting campaign. And it's just retargeting people that have actually messaged or even liked the posts on these ads. So let's go and look at the ads here. See, these are all different ads too. So let me go in and look at them. See, this one doesn't even have an ad copy in it. So sometimes that works. I don't know why, it just does. Have you ever tried that, Felden?
No ad copy? No, I've never tried that.
Give it a shot, man. I mean, these don't even have an ad copy in them, and they're still doing pretty well. Last 7 days, let's look at that. Yeah, see, they're kind of high for the last 7 days. Never mind, don't try that. But that's actually a really good way to gauge how your ads are doing is by looking at the last 7 days. As you can see, this one's at 217. This one's at 511. Instead of always looking at lifetime, because lifetime is going to be, much lower than the last 7 days. So that's a good way to look at how everything's working. I don't ever recommend looking at like the day of, because the obviously pretty skewed here. It's not going to be the same every day, unfortunately. So, all right, I kind of went over a lot. Do you guys have any questions?
Nice shirt.
That's some good stuff.
What'd you say, Belden?
A nice shirt. I just noticed.
What, this one? Marvel? Yeah. I see Felden's answering questions in the chat here. Yeah, do you guys have any more questions, or we want to work on anybody else's campaigns before we wrap it up, or what? Ever put a number or website in your ad copy itself? Yeah, so I put numbers in the ad copies all the time. But I don't usually do a website. You can if you want to. You just have to set it up a little bit differently. But I don't recommend putting it in the ad itself. I would put it in like the headline.
Yeah. It also depends on what your purpose is.
Exactly.
I mean, for this business, I mean, a website is cool and all, but it's
Useless.
it's not really needed. Like,
I agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, I used to try it with the website, but I just found that, people are just they're just gonna keep it simple. They're just gonna click on the ad and they're gonna go to the messages. Like right now, I'm running campaigns for this huge repair company in North Carolina, and their goal is to get people to call them. So I have the ad set up to where it has their phone number in the copy and in the headline. And even whenever they, click, I want to repair my phone, it sends them back a message like, hey, if you want to repair your phone today, call this number. People are still just messaging it. Like people, that's just how it is, people just aren't going to, they're just going to go with what's easiest to them. And to them, it's just a message.
yep, they want to stay on Facebook. They don't want to go off Facebook.
And something that you guys need to know is whenever somebody calls you off a Facebook ad, you are about 50% more likely to close them because they need to sell that day typically. Wouldn't you agree with that, Felden?
If someone calls you that they're more likely to close, absolutely.
Especially off a Facebook ad. If they take off a Facebook ad,
they have very high intent. Like that person is the right person. Like that's the person that needed to see your ad. Like they're on Facebook like, I need money.
Yeah, exactly. And do you think I should be running a MacBook ad and phone ads in the same ads? Felden said it. I would run it in two different campaigns. Something that I actually did not too long ago was I ran a MacBook campaign, a camera campaign, a smartwatch campaign, and a phone campaign. So, you can do multiple different campaigns for multiple different electronics. I will tell you, though, for MacBooks, it is a very high cost per message.
Yep.
It's like
$10 a message for a MacBook.
But, the amount of profit that you're going to make off a MacBook typically is a lot higher than a phone.
Much.
So, it all depends on your preference. So if that makes sense.
Yeah, MacBooks are higher ticket, so they're harder for people to sell on their own.
Exactly. Also, smartwatches. You can't sell a smartwatch through an Eco ATM. So,
True.
You can hardly sell a smartwatch to anybody.
Yeah, exactly. You have to sell it. Smartwatches, I think my cost per message was like $2.50, $3 or something like that. Which isn't bad. Smartwatches are still really good.
My teacher gave me.
Yeah, those are easy grabs.
She knows that I don't like reading.
Yeah, they can't sell them anywhere.
Yeah, nope.
But I think we about covered everything. What do you think, Felden?
Yeah, I think you did a great job. You covered a lot of info.
Pavlin, what do you think?
Yeah.
Was it helpful, man?
Yeah, absolutely.
Good stuff. Debbie, what do you think? You've been quiet.
Well, I go full-time in January, so.
Woo!
Yeah. So that's helpful, and I will probably be back asking a lot more questions then.
Yeah, you're
Awesome.
gonna need
Good
this in
stuff.
January.
Yeah. So yeah, I finally stopped.
There we go. Awesome. Good stuff.
December 30. That's it.
Wallace, what about you, man?
Man, huge help. I really appreciate it. Lots of good info.
Good stuff. Glad it was helpful. And yeah, just make sure you're creating 5 ads on those campaigns, man.
Gotcha.
Otherwise you're just going to be wasting money. So, and you don't want to do that.
Yes, sir.
And use all of those photos in the DIY package and all the copies. Like all you got to do is copy and paste them. So,
Right.
Don't just use that stock copy. Use there's 15 different copies in there. So use them all.
Okay.
Create 15 different ads, 15 different copies, 15 different photos, and you'll figure out something that's going to work. So that's all. That's kind of all Facebook ads is like having a rough understanding of what works, but throwing a whole bunch at the wall at the same time, and whatever sticks works, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's basically how all of it runs. That's why I test so much. It took me a long time to figure that out too. Probably Felden as well. So just to figure out that everything is testing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everything is testing on Facebook. Testing.
Yeah.
Do a quick question before we leave. So is there a way for me to, because I completely don't understand the Facebook pixel and all that stuff. So like as far as future marketing, if I wanted to grab people's info as far as like contacting them or their Facebook name and like reach out to them ahead of time and say, hey, I'm still buying devices. Thank you for your previous sale or whatever, and just want to market to them. Is there like a quick or easy way to streamline that through Facebook ads?
What you can do is you can create an audience. But if you really wanted to collect like phone numbers and emails and stuff, you can set that up through the chat bot that you have. You can set it up that way, but also you have a chat bot. Did you create that chat bot?
I didn't create it. Charles, I can't think of his last name, looked it up for me. And
do you have access to it, or does it like?
No, I have access to it. I have full access to it where I can edit it and
Can you pull it up?
It's through ManyChat.
Yeah, can you pull it up?
Just a tip. These remarketing these clients they wouldn't have a ton of value to you.
Okay.
Local client, like you'd make more money building a lookalike audience than you would trying to figure out how to capture these people's contact information. Most of these people are one-time sellers.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not very often that you'll get a repeat from somebody selling you like a broken XS Max. But it's helpful to build a lookalike audience from people who've messaged your page. That's a lot more beneficial.
Gotcha.
The ones that you do want to collect info for, like the pawn shops and stuff like that, get a list, get 1,000, make a custom audience to that, and then, that's where the money is.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this question: how are you guys marketing to the pawn shops? Are you going in person and talking to them, or you just phone call, messaging? How are you doing all that stuff?
Here is what I've been doing, and I'm going to let Felden share what he's been doing as well here in a second. But something I've been using, I call the pawn shops now. I don't go in and talk to most of them. So I bought this software. It's called Marketer Magic. I don't know why it's not showing up here.
Marketer Magic.
I never logged into it on this computer.
Is that a puppy or something? Or an excited baby?
Marketer Magic. Have you ever heard of this, Felden?
Oh my God. Yeah, I've heard of it.
Okay.
My phone.
What if there was a single platform you could rely on for what is most important, maximizing the profit generated from each and every one of your visitors? Well, for the first time, anyway.
I've never used it though.
Sorry about that.
The master.
Which one did I use? So what this tool is a very good way to find leads. So I go down here and I use mini leads. I learned this from the chatbot course that I bought.
Wow.
So here we go. So pawn shop.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Don't be giving this away. So
Nuggets.
Yeah.
For
So
real.
what you can do here is look at this.
Wow.
You want to retarget the pawn shops? They got a Facebook page. They got an email. They got a phone number, an address, you name it. They got it on here. They got the website.
That is insane.
Yeah.
Data scraping at its finest, man.
And guess what? There's 170 of them in Houston, Texas.
Holy shit.
Yep. So what you can do is you can start calling these pawn shops. And what you can do is you can be like, hey, do you guys got any used or broken electronics? I'm looking to buy iPhones, MacBooks, iPads, you name it. And a lot of them will, at least what I've had happen is they're going to write down your information. They're not going to sell to you the first time, but they're going to write down your information. So the best thing to do is follow up. Call them the first time and then email them. And then visit them if you have to, if you think they're interested. You can also hit them up on Facebook and Instagram. So you can do all that too. So, which is pretty cool. So, yeah. But Marketer Magic is like $47 a month. If you guys want in on that, let me know and I'll send you a link to it. But this is really good stuff. I mainly use it for social media marketing, but it's really good for phone stuff as well. As you can see, I've been looking up real estate agents and doctors. So, but you guys can look up just about anything. Let's actually do one right now if you guys want to. What should we look up for electronics wise? Probably do like repair. I know Aaron Goldstein has been buying a lot of phones from repair shops lately. Let's see if I can actually get something up for this. And let's do just Houston. That's close to me. Show leads. Boom.
Wow.
59 out of 59. So you can start calling these stores and being like, hey, do you guys got any broken phones that you can't fix? Or any, laptops and MacBooks, iPads, you name it. Like, and a lot of these, if, like I said, if they don't sell to you the first time, email them. If they don't respond to your email or your phone call, they got LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. They're going to answer one of these. So, just reach back out to these people. All right. I hope that was helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
So if you guys want the link to that, just let me know and I'll send it to you. Naturally, it's going to be my affiliate link, but this is really good stuff. So I highly recommend that you guys check that out. All right. I don't even know how I got to this point. What were we talking about?
We were talking, Pablo had asked about how to get leads from pawn shops and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, that's how you do it. So what city, let's actually do New York, Felden. Let's check out the pawn shops in New York. How many you got there? Have you called a lot of them?
I don't know. I deal mostly with people in other states. I work with pawn shops in Florida, Cali, Atlanta.
Gotcha. Have you tried reaching out to these guys yet?
In New York, no, because I don't want anybody asking me to come pick stuff up. And the one shop that I do business with, they always want me to come by. And it's, at least for me, dealing with ones in my area, I'm lazy. Like, just mail me the stuff, and they don't want to mail. So I just skip New York.
Yeah, see, this one's going to take a while because apparently it's – oh, never mind.
There's a lot of pawn shops in New York. I've been to a few. I'm supposed to be going to one next week, but most of the shops that I buy from are all strictly mail-in from other states. Like, I go and Google in another state. I let people know, hey, listen, I'm legit. You can Google me. and then we'll work out a deal, and I'll just have them ship me the package.
Nice.
How do you pay them, Feldon?
Huh?
How do you pay them?
I pay via PayPal invoice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Question: How do you get them to mail you the phone? How do you get a pawn shop to be interested enough to mail you a phone? Or
I mean, most of the prices that I offer are pretty on par with what they would get if they sold it on their own. And most of the time, like, these shops don't know how to list iCloud lock devices and stuff like that. I got the idea. I saw this girl on YouTube, and she was talking about how pawn shops list iCloud locked watches and smartphones for $500. And I thought that, I thought she was BSing, but I went online, like on eBay a few times, and I saw like these pawn shops legitimately list these phones for ridiculous prices, which led me to and most of them will just have the items on auctions. So it shows me that they don't know the value. So if for me to call them up and say, hey, listen, I'm a bulk buyer, I have prices that I pay for these. Do you guys work with anyone? Oh yeah, we do. We have a guy. Or no, we don't. We'd love to work with you. Give us a day or two. We'll get something ready. We'll send you a list. That's usually how the conversation goes with them. They're very, very nice, very, very cool. Most of them want to work with somebody who has set prices. And yes, I do send them my price list. I send them my price list all the time, and I let them know if they have any questions, they can message me. I'm negotiable. I'm willing to work with them if they see some numbers that they do like or don't like. I just hit them with that.
That's really good. That's really good to know.
Mm-hmm.
But most pawn shops are like they're easy to work with because, like I said, they have they're a business, so it's like they have hundreds of items sitting around. Most of them they've been sitting on for weeks, months. They got their laws where they can't even sell it for like 60 days, so they're already highly motivated. Like they buy stuff all the time, and they're just sitting on a box of inventory. Mm-hmm. So they got to get rid of it as fast as possible. And if they got to take a little bit of loss, so be it. They don't have the connections that we have, where they have all these different buyers they can call up. It's usually they'll list it on Swap or Letgo or something, and that's really it.
So to piggyback off of what he's saying, guys, I personally do buy from pawn shops, and I have pawn shops that call me specifically in my area to get a price on what they should buy something for before they sell it to me. Like the other day, I had one of the pawn shop employees call me because he knows me, because I went in there, I built up a relationship with him, and he called me. He's like, hey, Chris, I have this 2019 MacBook Pro. I don't know what to buy it for. And then I told him what I would buy it for. I told him I'd buy it for about $1,500. And he's like, okay, thanks. Unfortunately, we didn't close the deal on that MacBook, but he still called me to figure out what price point he could buy it for to make a profit for the store and also sell it directly to me like the same day. So you can make connections like that. And I got another pawn shop that's down the road from me. They don't even buy electronics anymore. So when somebody comes in, they call me, or they give them my business card. So it's really good to go into those pawn shops and make those type of connections, because they're going to send you quite a bit of business. I don't know if you've done any of that, Feldon, but
I mean, I would if I get back into the local scene, but like many of you guys know, I'm only doing mail-ins now, so it like going to local shops isn't like they blow my I only deal with one local store now, and they literally blow my phone up every day. So like I can't take on any more. Just with this one store, they'll hit me up for a deal, and it's like 15, 20 phones. So wow. For now, I mean, if they fall off, I'll find another one, but like I'm out of the local scene.
Good. So, yeah, he is. Yeah.
But it is,
guys. So
it is. I think if you guys are still doing local buying, you 100% should hit up the pawn shops in your area, because they will keep you busy. I literally only have one in my area that I buy from, maybe 1 or 2 times a week, just because it's too much hassle. Like when I first connected with these guys, they were calling me 3 times a day, like, hey, bro, come back. I'm like, dude, I just left. Oh, we had another customer drop some more stuff off. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, the stores will keep you busy. But I had to tell them, listen, I have a baby, I have a family, like I'm not coming out after 5, like. So now I pay them with Zelle, and then I go pick the stuff up the next day. But you know, if you guys are, you know, the local scene, I would definitely hit up the shops. I'm just not I'm not doing that. They crazy.
Definitely be hitting up the shops, guys. Like those, you know, those little kiosks in the mall. You know, sometimes it's hit or miss. You know, with the people, you know, doing the repairs and stuff. Just ask them, like, hey, do you guys got any phones you've been sitting on for a while and you need to get rid of? A lot of these companies, guys, just need to liquidate a lot of their inventory. Like they can't sit on top of inventory forever. You know, they can't sell an iPhone 7 Plus for $500. Like it's just not going to happen. Like, and they're going to realize that eventually. So, you know, it's all about, you know, building great relationships with them and stuff like that. So. Somebody was saying something.
Sorry.
What
profit margins are you making on these shops? Are you making like $10, $20, $30 off each phone? Or are you still making like you normally pick up from, you know, a normal customer, you know, $50 to $80 per phone?
So the guys that I buy from, they have Zelle phone and Atlas's price sheet. So I typically just match, or I'll take off the 3%. Or maybe even sometimes 5 to 10%. And I'll be like, yo, listen, I'm here right now with cash. What's up? And sometimes they'll take it. You know, they'll be like, oh, my guy is doing this. I'll pull the phone. I'll be like, nah, this phone is not grade A. Like, we'll sit there and we'll negotiate. Because all I'm trying to do is make $50 in profit from the pawn shop. Most of the deals that I've done with the one that I'm dealing with is a cell phone store, actually. They buy and sell and repair. Usually I'm able to make 15 to 20% profit, like after fees and everything, per phone with them. Because it's, you know, it's the immediacy. Like I tell them, listen, you can ship the package out, it could get lost. Like they understand this, and they always need their cash right now because they want to buy something for the next deal. So yes, I'm paying less than Atlas and Zelle phone, you know, to the store, but it's cash. So they'd rather take a $10, $20 hit per device, sometimes a $50 hit per device, to avoid having to deal with PayPal fees and or you know, whatever. They're willing to take it. You gotta, like, a lot of these guys, they might know your buyer, they might not. Regardless, they're willing to take less money to get cash. It's plain and simple. That's really it. When they deal with you, you're a cash buyer. You don't have to match anybody's price because, like, you don't. And I typically don't have to match. I'll do it sometimes, but I really don't all the time.
Yeah, typically you don't have to match anything whenever it comes to cash. People take way less. Not way less, but they'll take.
I picked up an iPhone XR in box. It was pre-owned. I got it from them for $230. I sold it on eBay for, I think it was like, what, I'm gonna tell you guys right now how much I sold that phone for, because it sold yesterday. We sold it for $385. We paid them $230 for it.
That's awesome. How much did they buy it for? They probably bought it for like $160 or something like that.
I watched them negotiate. These guys are really good negotiators. Like when acquiring product from customers, they're really good. So they pay really high prices, and that's why they want to sell stuff same day. Like usually they'll make $20, $30 profit per device.
Makes sense.
They pay ridiculously high prices to get the deal.
Huh.
That's why they'll call me and they'll hit me up, and they have like 10 plus phones, you know. So now they make it $300 because I'm giving them the cash.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, we went over our time a little bit, but I hope this was helpful, guys. Like,
absolutely
awesome.
Cool.
A whole nother group chat.
Yeah, we should do one once a week at least.
Yeah.
Dave's kind of putting me over the Facebook ads area, so because he, you know, Dave's running in all kinds of different directions. So, but yeah, so I might start doing something like this every week. I don't know yet. We'll see. I'm not going to commit to something like that.
I'll be here, bro.
Huh?
I said I'll be here with you, bro. I'm always here to support.
Absolutely. Perfect. Okay, cool. yeah, so if you guys want the Marketer Magic thing, then definitely just message me. And if you're ever interested in my services or anything like that, you can also message me as well. Thanks for coming on, Feldon. Thanks for coming on, all you guys. And I'm going to go ahead and download this recording, and I'll just repost it in the Facebook ads group for you guys if you want to rewatch it or something like that. That's about it, guys. I hope, like I said, I hope this was helpful. I think it was. A lot of value.
Oh, thanks, Chris. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Guys.
No problem, guys. See y'all later.
Later.